You excited to watch me play the new Yakuza? I'm gonna be there, man. I'm totally there.
Hi,
right, let's see how this is then.
The Dead Digital Showcase. Thanks to Jeff Keighley for having us be part of his Summer Games Fest, and thank you to all of you, the millions of people watching out. Millions of people. God, that can't be right. This thing has really grown since it
Millions.
started 10 years ago here in San Francisco. Day of the Devs was an idea from Double Fine Productions and their friends at IM8-Bit to put on a show that really celebrated
First
video games
game,
and focused
first
on
Final Fantasy
fans
VII Remake
and
did come on
developers
2
and brought them
discs,
together
Mo, yeah.
to meet and celebrate games. It started as a live event here in San Francisco where we had developers showing their games, where people could play them and also listen to music and eat food.
Thing
and
is,
drink.
Brando,
And it was
Spider-Man,
really a festival
they
for
didn't
these
show
games.
anything. They just gave a release
Very
date.
inspiring event.
Space
And then
Marine
during the
looks
pandemic, it became
like
digital
hot
only,
shit,
and now
though.
we're doing both, a live event and a digital showcase, so people from around the world can enjoy all of these amazing games. We had a record number of submissions this year, more people wanting to be part of Day of the Devs than any year previously, and we have more world premieres today than ever before. I'm excited. I hope you're excited, and please, without further ado, enjoy Day of the Devs.
Let's have a Butch, Tim.
Showcase. That would be effects on that. It still sound good.
Space Marine 1. No. Hot, like, good, sorry, I meant good, Brando. When I said hot shit, I meant, like,
This is from
good.
Greg Lobanoff and the team
I realized that
Super
came
Limited,
across wrong.
who made incredible games like
Space Marine
Wonderful
1 was
and Victory.
amazing.
Here's their new title, Beastie Ball.
Beastie Ball.
Hi, I'm Greg Lobanov, and I am bouncing off the walls excited to finally tell you what my friends and I have been working on together ever since Chicory came out a couple years ago. Introducing
Oh, he's a Haikyuu fan.
Beastie Ball.
Hell yeah. What? Is it Pokemon Volleyball?
Beastie Ball.
That
is
was
a
why they were
friendly
showing
game where you coach a team of beasties
Haikyuu.
to play Beastie Ball, which is kind of like volleyball. You play as this customizable coach character, and you can explore this huge open world, recruiting all kinds of beasties to your team. Then you can challenge rival sports teams as you rise your way through the Beastie Ball rankings.
Okay.
Beasties are highly social creatures that evolved to play sports. In their natural
slapped
wild
him in the
state,
head.
They're constantly playing Beastie Ball to build friendships, to settle disputes, or just to have fun. When beasties play together, they actually become friends with one another.
Yeah.
Depending on their personalities and their teamwork style, they can form different kinds of friendships. But whether they become besties or rivals or partners or sweethearts, they'll get some kind of unique combo ability that only that pair of beasties can do, which can turn the tide in a really tough match.
So with this game, we really wanted to emphasize the Beasties' agency as living creatures. They're doing their own thing, making their own
Yeah, the art
decisions.
style's
They'll only
fun,
join
isn't
your
it?
team after being convinced by
Dog.
fulfilling a certain set of conditions while you're playing against them. The goal isn't to collect as many Beasties as you can, but to spend time with the ones that you care about and be surprised by the ways that they grow and change, and the bonds that they form with each other. We knew we wanted to create a really wide variety of beasties that each have their own ecological.
This is,
niche
like a
and
strategy
way of
game,
playing
then.
Beastie Ball. So we're working with a really wonderful bunch of concept artists and spending a lot of time on each design. All the beasties have a range of colors and sizes, and their poses and animations are all hand drawn, which gives us lots of opportunity to express their personalities and their different ways of moving.
To help give each BC that
Who's Concerned
personality,
Ape
we've
again,
been
is he?
doing unique voices for them. Each one can express a range of emotions, and we've had a lot of fun performing that.
Dog.
But it's not all just friendships and rainbows. This game is about sports.
You come from a tiny town built around a nature preserve. You're kind of underdogs until one day when the Beastie Ball League shows up and starts tearing down the preserve to build a stadium. Your only way to stop the construction is to rise all the way to the top of the Beastie Ball
okay.
League.
Thank you.
Right from the start of your adventure, you'll be able to see all the ranked teams on your map. You decide where to go, who to challenge, and in what order. And every time you defeat a ranked coach, the other ranked coaches become stronger. So no matter which way you go, you'll have a tough and exciting rise to the top.
We're so excited to finally reveal this. It's a really special project for us. And if Beastie Ball looks cool to you too, then please check us out at beastieballgame.com. We're going to be revealing a crowdfunding campaign very, very soon, and we'd love to have your support. Thanks very much. We can't wait to talk to you more about Beastie Ball.
See, that's a good name for a game.
Hyperlight Breaker. Heart Machine's
Oh, this game looks fucking sick.
You'll assume the role of a mercenary with some serious skills.
I'm so excited for
You'll be
this.
entering the Overgrowth, an amazing open world with everything from lush rolling hills to deep labyrinths. They'll be comprised of both handcrafted and procedural elements, just how I like my levels. Like its predecessor, it'll be chock full of secrets and lore, sure to satisfy even the most curious explorer. You'll face off against enigmatic enemies, armed with an arsenal of weapons that you've crafted with the spoils of your previous
I don't know if I need to play the first one, though.
And for those diehard fans that have been eagerly awaiting its release, we have some never-before-seen sneak peeks. This is Hyperlight Breaker.
Hello, I'm Alex, creative director at Heart Machine. And
No, that's
we're
Alex.
making Hyperlight Breaker.
Yeah, this looks sick.
Hyperlight Breaker is a huge, stylish, bloody game.
I'd say Hades 2 probably counts as indie, yeah.
With a crumbling world that can be brutal and beautiful all at once. It's a major landmark for us, and the first of its kind, an open world game where you never return to the same world twice. You could say it's a mix of incredible open world games like Breath of the Wild, distilled into the format of a roguelike such as Dead Cells or Hades. You can play alone or with friends cooperatively online. Breaker's narrative will be presented fully through visual storytelling, where you'll discover and decipher the mystery of this world and lost land from long ago. Every world will be different, loaded with dangerous creatures, razor-sharp combat, vast overgrown wilderness, long-dead civilizations, and new discoveries in a mysterious, vibrant, yet horribly ominous atmosphere. Each biome in the world is different, with unique dangers, set pieces, and stories of their own. There will be massive bosses to take down in an open structure, with dangerous, unique, and challenging sub-bosses scattered throughout runs. You'll pick up new gear, make new builds, unlock new characters, upgrade your equipment as you bring back more and more materials from runs. We've learned so much from our previous games, building up amazing tech,
Looks cool, right?
a well of knowledge and experience as a team. Breaker's the culmination of all that incredible work, and we're excited to have you experience it for yourself. We'll have a lot more information on the game as we come closer and closer to early access later this year.
Wanna play
In
it?
true Day of the Devs fashion, we're traveling halfway around the globe to Transylvania to bring you a game that is not what you expect. From developers Stone Skip and publisher IM8bit Presents, I'm thrilled to bring you a world premiere title that is not only relaxing and enjoyable, it's chill and vibey. Let that anxiety go while you play Simpler Times.
Simpler Times, eh? I thought that was Shaggy for a minute.
Hi there, welcome.
Oh, gee, School.
And I'm Dragos of Stoneskip Studio. We are a small team from Transylvania, and our mission is to create meaningful interactive experiences. Our first game, Simpler Times, sheds light to the beauty of the ordinary and serves as a place from the past where you can be present.
Hyperlight Drift was 2D top-down mode, yeah.
Through her memories as she prepares to leave her childhood home.
Man, it's getting pretty full. It's starting to feel like I'm never gonna come back.
We want you to slow down and savor the present moment by immersing you in Taina's world.
It's apple picking season, my favorite.
Through visual storytelling and mindful interactions, you will journey alongside her as she delves into her past and uncovers her authentic self.
With each puzzle, Taina grows
Seems
closer
kind of
to
dreamlike,
adulthood
doesn't
and
it,
will be there to
this
guide
game?
her. From simple activities like picking dried leaves from a plant to more complex ones like building a birdhouse, you'll interact with objects that hold sentimental value for Taina.
I really wish I could take you with me. I'm gonna miss our duets together.
We know the world is getting faster every day. We live in it too. We wanted to create a space where players can take a break, slow down, and enjoy something meaningful. Simpler Times stems from stories we believe need to be told and heard. Inspired by this very place we're now sitting in, the game is a reflection of the physical spaces we spend time in and the memories we hold dear.
I've spent so much time here looking out the window. It's hard to believe that I won't see this view for a while.
We want to build a sense of awareness and appreciation for the world around us, encouraging you to reflect on your own memories and experiences.
This looks
Simpler
aggressively
Times comes soon on
cozy.
PC and other platforms, so make sure to wishlist on Steam and follow us on social media.
Thanks for taking the time to listen. We hope you'll enjoy playing Simpler Times as much as we enjoyed creating it. Bye!
Bye!
See, that doesn't look like my jam, but if you like those kind of games, I think it looks good.
Is the sea. Can I still take all these seashells with me? Can I lock them in a chest with my memories?
Too chill, it's making me tired.
This next game is from Sad Owl Studios and Thunderful Publishing. It's a really unique puzzle game built around a camera mechanic where the photos that you take become 3D worlds to explore.
Oh no! It's a brainfuck game. I think we've seen a video of this already from like one of the previous years. If it's the one I think it is.
Viewfinder is a difficult game to describe
Yes,
in words,
I
but
have
if you
seen
saw
this.
it, you'd immediately recognise it.
That game came with a booklet of cannabis scratch and sniff
It is
stickers.
a game that, gives players a lot of freedom.
What's an old photograph doing here?
You can take photos or find photos and then make them into real 3D.
Yeah, how cool is that?
Hang on, did you just shift reality? Sick.
What makes it unique is the central mechanic where you're using a camera and pictures to reshape and reconfigure the world around you in order to solve challenges in creative ways.
It's such a unique experience, and I think everybody is just going to have a different experience of how they play Viewfinder, and that's just a really
Did someone just knock on their door?
A perfect fit. An elegant
Oh, look at the cat!
That doesn't look right.
You can rotate reality too!
If I was to compare Viewfinder to other games, I'd say it's like the gameplay of Portal combined with the visual illusions of Superliminal or Antechamber. People have also compared it to The Witness and Manifold Garden and various other first-person puzzle games.
It's gonna hurt my brain.
A puzzle game, but it's very sandboxy and playful and open-ended.
The whole concept of when we started is that when you actually create something, you do destroy a lot of things. And, that's just a very important lesson in creation. Viewfinder is created by different people. And, we have people from all over the world who have such a diverse and interesting cultures.
Each character comes from a different culture. There's a lot of sort of culture-specific props and items and themes who you learn about, mostly through environments and environmental storytelling. And so we've tried to sort of make these special spaces that really
Love
represent
the
that
fog
character,
cat.
who they are, what they like to do.
I'm sure you noticed by now, but using film was always Mirren's idea. One of her many passions.
Oh, look at that!
Celion was always fond of games.
It's just very important for us to just put in what we know so that the rest of the world could also, have a glimpse of the experiences that we've had.
This must be the next stage. Let's go.
That's so rad.
We received a record number of submissions for this Summer Game Fest edition of Day of the Devs.
I did not,
but this
Tron.
next game didn't actually come through that process. We have eyes everywhere, and the curation team is always looking for games. This next one actually came from Twitter because the creator was posting all these amazing GIFs, and we reached out via DM and asked if we could feature the game. So here it is, this beautiful, gorgeous, hand-drawn ghost story called Haunty.
Hello everyone, my name is Leo Dasso, and I'm with Moonloop. Together we're making a game called Haunty.
Haunty? It's got kind of a nice style to it as well.
That as a ghost you can haunt things and get access to their abilities. There's a big variety of things that you can haunt in this game.
So we're Cappy. Was like a ghost trick.
I think you'll have a lot of fun sort of exploring around and seeing what different things you can haunt and the abilities that they give you. Core mechanics resemble very much a twin-stick shooter. However, unlike twin-stick shooters, it focuses less on the high-intensity moments and more on finding creative ways to use the twin-stick paradigm to create fun solutions to the challenges in the game. Haunty follows the story of a ghost in the afterlife, and beyond that it really expands into a lot of ghosts in the afterlife and sort of the stories that they have.
I don't always enjoy these kind of like 2 or 3 tone color games, but actually this one looks really great.
The progression and story of Haunty both center
Enjoy the
on
look of, I should say.
collecting these stars, and the stars have this special ability that they give ghosts access to pieces of their past life that they've left behind. The environments and characters are all carefully crafted with a 2D hand-drawn style, so there's a lot of painstaking frame-by-frame animation work in there. And we have a fantastic soundtrack. And so it all sort of comes together to give you this sort of tour through the afterlife, chilled out.
This game's gonna make me cry, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry, I know that was. We're not really
Something
Cappy,
you're
are we?
interested in, be sure to wishlist it. It helps
That looks
us
cool.
out a lot.
Everything looks pretty cool so far.
Our next game is a bit of a blast from the past. It arrived on the scene around 12 years ago, quickly became the talk of the town, and won a handful of awards, including the Seamus McNally Grand Prize at GDC's Independent Games Festival. But then, shortly afterwards, both the game and its creator vanished. That game was Cart Life, a slice-of-life simulation game that put you in the shoes of
Cart
various
Life.
street vendors and tasked you with setting up a successful business selling bagels or newspapers. As the story unfolds, you'd soon find yourself making tough choices and trying to balance keeping your business afloat with the needs of your character and their families. It was a truly unique, powerful, and special game, and it's super sad that it's been unplayable now for the better part of a decade. But it gives me great pleasure to tell you that, lovingly restored and better than ever, Cart Life is back.
I don't know if I've heard of this. Nope. Don't think I've seen this.
Hi, I'm Nick Herman. I'm with Ad Hoc Studio, and we're here to show you Cart Life. Cart Life is a retail simulator developed by Richard Hoffmeyer.
Oh
and was
God, it's
originally
retail.
released in 2013, where
He's
it
gonna
won
get
a bunch of
PTSD.
awards at the Independent Games Festival. For a variety of reasons, he ended up pulling it off Steam, but all of us at Ad Hoc are such big fans of Richard's work. Now we're partnering with him to help bring it back. In Cart Life, you can play as 3 different characters in any order. Each have their own unique background and circumstances, but what they all have in common is that they're trying to make it as street vendors. Melanie is a recently divorced mother.
Has anyone else
and
heard of
moved
this?
Back into her family home with her daughter, all the while trying to establish her new coffee cart. Andres is a Ukrainian immigrant who is trying to put down roots in a new town by opening a newspaper stand. And Vinny has big dreams, but never enough money to make it happen. He's hoping that selling his homemade bagels will help turn things around for him. Managing your own cart is not an easy job.
Really digging the
Just
vibe
like
of this
in
stream.
real
Just
life,
feels more
being
honest than
cart
Jeff
life
Keighley posing on
is
stage,
fulfilling.
repeating us the next polished to death AAA trailer. I don't
You
feel like
take
it's
care of yourself
entirely
and
fair,
others,
Mo,
and how you
because there was
prioritize
some
the
good
needs of your
stuff, but it
cart
was a
against
bit
the personal needs
up
of
and
each
down,
character
whereas this is a bit more
will determine
consistent.
the outcome of their stories.
Like, I got whiplash from that DoorDash thing that he did. Go for, oh, Final Fantasy. Nope, DoorDash. Fuck off.
The world of Cart Life is alive and filled with characters who are potential customers that you'll get to know.
There's a
as you
Papers,
try to go
Please
with
feel to it, isn't there? But
There's no
I
right
would
or
assume
wrong
this
way
came
to
out
play this
before
game.
Papers, Please.
What players choose to do with the time that they have with each character is entirely up to them. Everyone's experience will be different based on the choices they make, what they prioritize, and even the order in which they choose to play the character.
Oh, I can't see
This
your
release
again.
is going to have a bunch of new story content, new art, updated controls and mechanics.
Oh, so that's the
and
original
we
there.
really look forward to sharing it all with you on PC and console later this year.
Meow.
The skateboard renaissance has been going on for the last couple years in games, and as we get deeper into the grind revival, things are getting a little more avant-garde and daring. This next one gives you all that Tony Hawk mechanical goodness that you crave, but with a heavy helping of demons and brimstone. This is the world premiere of Hellscape.
Hellscape.
Hello, my name is Jordi van den Bussen, also known as Kwobbelkop. I'm the CEO and founder of Phantom Coast, and today we'll be talking about Hellscape.
Isn't it funny we've got this and that other one where you play as like a glass skater?
Here we go. No! That was a good combo!
Oh, it's skateboarding plus combat? That's different.
Too slow. Again.
Hellscape takes place in Wertheim. Here you play as Anton Falcon.
Wertheim.
Through and through. All Anton wants to do is skate at Wertheim's fabled beach. Even if that means he has to go through the gods and monsters who will do anything to stop him and his skater friends from doing what
Oh,
they
look
love
at this
most.
Hades ass looking
Skateboard mechanics are
character
very similar
portrait.
to the arcade-like games such as Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I mean, our lead game designer Steve actually worked on Tony Hawk's Underground.
It started a long time ago, the idea, and the far-off, far-flung land of 2002, I worked on a game called Tony Hawk Underground. And at the time we were working on it, we were thinking, man, this really looks a lot like an RPG or an action RPG. You have all these stats and you're upgrading and all this kind of stuff. It's super cool, super neat, right? But of course, we're bound to Tony Hawk, we're bound to the
Izzy, I
real
don't know
pro
how long this
skaters.
one
It
goes
always
on
seemed
for,
to me
no.
that skate graphics
It will be
create and
considerably
imply
shorter
such an
than the other
interesting
one,
world,
though.
but it's not a coherent world that you can visit. So that was one of the motivations behind Hellscape.
Maybe like
is
another
a
half an hour or
skateboarding
so.
roguelike game. It fuses together old school skateboarding with the tricks and traversal, manuals, grinds, jumps, bounce meters.
Christ,
with,
that looks like a
roguelike
Tony Hawk's level.
structure.
Just like with other games in the roguelite genre, death is a central mechanic in the game. When you die in a run, thankfully you don't lose everything. You keep your resources which you can use to get permanent upgrades such as tattoos or skateboards, which act as weapons. The combat in our game can be described as a fast-paced skateboard hack and slash. While you have your light and heavy attacks, the core of the gameplay revolves around your skateboarding tricks.
The game should be quite easy for people to pick up and play. It has a
You know
combat
what?
system which
I
is
didn't think there was
meant
any way to
be
get me
very
to get back
friendly,
into
very
skateboarding
forgiving and
games,
rewarding,
but this
especially
might
at the
be it.
beginning. And then gradually it teaches you and ramps up the skill of skateboarding where you need it, when you need it.
Plus, I love a roguelite nowadays.
Why did you stop me from skating?
Look at yourself.
Your wing, your arm, what do you think happens when that gets to your head?
Thank you for watching this reveal of Hell's
Yeah,
Gate.
all right,
Wishlisting
all
the
right.
game would mean the world to us. Thank you.
In our next game, Henry Halfhead, you play as Half a Head. That's it. That's the game. But it's so much more than that too, because you see, Henry can be many things, can be anything, in fact. He has the curious ability to be able to transform into anything he can reach. Using this peculiar power and perplexing form, you'll live the life of the title character,
Yeah,
navigating
it's such a weird idea, I
sandbox
can't help be a bit
situations crafted
intrigued.
by Zurich-based developers Lululu Entertainment, and
I would
in
agree.
so doing, maybe ponder the philosophical questions. Who is? How is? What does it mean to be Henry Halfhead?
Welcome! May I introduce you to Henry? Henry's not just anyone. If they're anything, they're, well,
Oh, a Cappy again.
everything. Henry can transform into everything in their reach. Yes, everything. And that's how they manage their daily life. The familiar noise of Henry's alarm clock announces the dawn of a new day. And it will keep ringing until Henry gets up and
Ah,
calms
imagine
the
waking
nervous
up and you were abed.
Tick tock, tick tock. At least half awake, Henry is ready for their morning routine, which they usually start by making their bed. Staying in bed is tempting, but only leads to regret later. Henry knows that if you want to change the world, you have to start off by making your own bed. Completing this simple task in the morning gives Henry a little bit of pride and the feeling of control over their life. With part of the morning routine done, Henry was ready to freshen up.
Badly made his bed.
For
Oh,
hours,
no.
Henry could sit there, lifting the
You're a
seat up
toilet.
and down, pretending it was a singing mouth. Not too hot, not too cold. Henry bought a turmeric soap. They didn't know, they just liked the color. It's actually great for their skin.
This looks fucking mental.
That got all the dirt. Henry should now dry themselves. All clean and dry, Henry is now ready for a proper breakfast. Breakfast with a warm beverage is important, and so is keeping up with the news.
That's this week. That's all for now. Have a wonderful day.
This is definitely a bit weird, but I'm digging it.
The best drink Henry can make from beans.
You just drink himself.
The candy of nature. Delicious. Well fed and well informed, Henry has to get ready and
I
pack
have
for
no
work.
mouth, but I must eat. Taking toast to work.
If Henry takes their lunchbox and leaves now, they can catch the 8 o'clock bus.
Yeah, the little noises he makes is pretty cool. There's co-op as well.
Henry's not so ordinary everyday life in co-op mode. Henry, everyday life with a twist.
That looks pretty funny.
Jeppe Carlson, a creator who's perhaps best well known for his work as master puzzle creator on Limbo and Inside. We had the honor of working with him to publish 2 of his solo projects as part of Double Fine Presents: rhythm action platformer 140 and co-op arcade shooter Thoth. 2 of the most fiendishly well-designed and fun puzzle games I've ever played. that truly give you a sense for and appreciation of Jeppy's contributions to those Playdead titles. His new game sees him teaming back up with Jakob Schmidt, composer of 140, and applying his trademark puzzle skills to a beautiful, mind-bending adventure game. This is Cocoon.
Hello, I'm Jakob, co-founder and audio director of Geometric Interactive in Copenhagen. I would like to show you what our amazing team has been working on for the last couple of years. Our game.
Oh, we saw this. They showed I can't remember when they showed this off. They showed it off a little while ago. I think this looked really cool from what I remember. I think this might have been last year, actually. Remember this?
Cocoon is an adventure game with multiple worlds, and each of these worlds are contained within an orb. Let me demonstrate by jumping out of the world which we are currently exploring.
That's
Just
so
like that,
cool.
We are now in a world outside. The orange orb here contains the world we were previously exploring. Let's jump out one more time. We are now in a world even further outside and can explore this world using the orange orb that we picked up. Orbs
Oh no,
can
it's
be
like that.
placed on switches
It's like that
to
Rick and
power
Morty episode,
devices
isn't
and
it?
solve
You're using
puzzles.
my world to power your drains?
And you can even throw them into pipes. You can use the hierarchy of worlds within worlds to solve interesting puzzles. For example, to safely avoid this moving barrier, you simply jump out of the world, let it pass by, and jump back in. Now, Cocoon is not only about exploration and puzzles. Within each world, you have to face a mighty guardian.
So that is the
Here is
most
the
boss
first glimpse
room,
of one of
boss
these
looking room
encounters.
ever to be boss room. That sentence made sense in my head. Yeah, this looks rad.
We hope you look forward to exploring the mysterious worlds of Cocoon, releasing later this year on Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch.
Down for that. Worryingly, I'm down for a lot of these.
And now, I'm pleased to bring you a title from French-Canadian developer Impossible. In this relaxing artistic exploration game, you play a painter
It's
with
too
a
many
watercolor brush and a
games.
whole city to explore. This game is more than appropriate for Day of the Devs Summer Game Fest edition because its title, Été, in French, translates to the word summer.
Hi, my name is Laszlo, and I'm the creative director at Impossible. We are a small Montreal-based indie studio working on our first title, Été.
This potentially looks like another game not for me.
In Été, you see the world through the eyes of a painter, with every surface acting like a blank canvas, just waiting for you to fill it with color.
Like, it looks pretty and everything, but I'm not sure if I'd enjoy this.
Été means summer in French, because it's set in our French-speaking hometown of
It looks
Montreal,
really
Canada,
nice, actually.
as you step into the shoes of a painter who's traveling abroad for, well, the summer. This is a game for people who love pure exploration. You're free to roam open city scenes at your own pace, following your curiosity, getting sidetracked, and discovering secrets along the way.
Dog! You can pet the dog.
When you fill something with paint, you'll extract its color as droplets of experience. And as you level up, you'll become able to unleash larger splashes of paint that reveal a bigger part of the world at once.
Did anyone have one of those little red
You'll also
push
meet plenty
car
of
things?
locals, taking part in their lighthearted, everyday anecdotes, and some of them will even commission artworks from you.
That'd be sick!
Using your bike, you can travel quickly back to your apartment and paint those commissions on canvas.
Okay, no, maybe this is a bit more interesting than I initially thought.
That's where your creativity comes into play.
Oh no, I'm out.
At your
Creativity,
field,
I'm
you can
out.
create gorgeous watercolor artworks.
I have
using
none.
Anything you've discovered in your expedition so far. Stamps on your canvas can be freely moved, resized, rotated in 3D, and even recolored. The canvas is pretty much your sandbox that lets you put your own spin on commissions. And if you're feeling inspired, you can paint as many creative artworks as you like without any kind of limitation. With hundreds of unlockable stamps at your disposal and dozens of commissions to inspire you, the only limit really is your imagination. Apart from living your best life as the friendly neighborhood painter, you'll also get to meet other like-minded artists, like Marianne, an ambitious photographer, and Theo, a talented musician, among many others. If you manage to befriend them, maybe they'll let you in on their best-kept secret, an abandoned building that could become your very own painting studio. But you'll have to dive into that story for yourself. It is coming out in 2024, and we hope you'll enjoy your adventures as a traveling painter in this lovingly crafted,
Yeah, it looks alright.
world.
Again, like the game earlier, I don't think I'd play
Hi
that.
everybody,
but
how are you liking the show
that
so
looks
far?
alright.
This is the time where we take a brief break to talk about the long and complicated process by which we accept games into the nominating committee and all the legal ramifications and the technical rules that go with the accounting of the...
Tim, sorry. I thought that, yeah, I thought I was doing something here too.
All right, okay.
All right. Hey, Kelly from Indie Mega Booth here with a very exciting
Indie
announcement.
Mega Boop.
We're back.
I love Tim.
If you're a fan of indie games, you may have seen the Indie Mega Booth at shows like PAX West and PAX East over the last decade, bringing together a curated selection of the best up-and-coming indie titles. Games like Crypt of the Necrodancer, Tunic, Disco Elysium, Spiritfarer, Celeste, Mini Metro, Astroneer, The Stanley Parable, and Papers, Please have all been part of the
Speak
Indie
of the
Mega
Devil.
Booth community. If you're a dev, you'll likely know us from our industry work, such as our GDC showcases, our presence at Bit Summit, our global outreach and events, including a robust scholarship and grant program. And if you've never heard of any of this, well, that's fine. Just think of us as like a stepping stone into the games industry, where folks who love indie games can connect with each other, discover new games, and be part of a welcoming, diverse, broad, creative community. Indie
that
Megabooth
was
has been
Fogs.
in hibernation during the pandemic, but we are so excited to announce that we're finally waking up from our big long slumber, and we're ready to move forward with IMB 2.0. Head on over to our brand new website, indiemegabooth.com, and be indie know by signing up for our newsletter. Learn about new games, upcoming showcases, digital sales, and the best ways to help support the games and developers that you know and love. As we've always said, individually we're tiny, together we're mega.
Cool.
We have another world premiere for y'all, and it's also really thematically appropriate.
Kind of love the
for this
smell of
showcase.
those
You'll
party
see why in a
popper
second.
things.
It's from the aesthetically
Gunpowdery
amazing studio
smell.
called Land and Sea. They're famous for the Alto series that you know and love, but this next one is not what you're expecting from them. It'll be hurting your way. It'll be
Okay, good. I'm not mental then.
your way. No, I like hurting. It'll be hurting your way next year. It's called Summerhill. It's about sheep.
Hi there, my name is Harry Nesbitt, and I'm the founder and creative director of Land and Sea. We're a small team from the UK, best known as the developers of the Alto's Adventure series. Now, over the last few years, we've been busy growing the team
that looked nice.
and laying the groundwork for our most ambitious project yet. It's an entirely new IP that aims to build on the themes that we care about most as a studio. And we're super excited to be able to share this exclusive first teaser with you today. So please take a look, and I'll be back at the end to tell you more.
I've not heard of those games before. Yes, doggy. So sheep herding the game? Nice music. That's fucking pretty. Okay, I wonder if that's going to be like puzzly, maybe?
We hope you enjoyed this first look at our brand new game, Summerhill. To give you a little bit more detail, Summerhill is a story-driven puzzle game in which you play as a young shepherd and their dog. Together you'll be setting out to rescue your lost flock that have been scattered across the mysterious land that lies at the border of your home.
Damn, look how good that looks.
Summerhill brings together gentle problem solving, fluid herding-based gameplay, and striking pastoral landscapes to tell a timeless coming-of-age folktale. As a team, we've been massively inspired by the rich history and cultural impact of sheep herding across the world. There are few people or places that haven't been impacted in some small way by the practice of shepherding. Even the name, Summerhill, is a name often given to highland pastures where sheep are taken to graze during the warmest months of the year. In many ways, sheep herding is in our DNA, and we really want to do justice to this timeless tradition and tell a story that could only be told in this way. We're also super excited to be working again with our longtime collaborator, Todd Baker. Todd is a composer and audio designer best known for his work on games such as Monument Valley 2, Dreams, and our very own Alto's Odyssey. We can't wait to share more with you, so if you'd like to be the first to hear about what we're up to, please head over to our Steam page to wishlist the game, or go to summerhill.game to join our mailing list. Thanks again, and we look forward to sharing more with you again soon.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Next up, we have an update on Eternites. This is from Studio Psy, essentially a one-person team with a few friends.
Eternites, have I heard
And a
this?
dating action game. Now, you've heard a lot about this title.
Sorry.
What's happening?
I'm sorry, Greg. I know I shouldn't be interrupting Day of the Devs.
Weeb game.
Urgent. A virus has turned most of us into... I don't know how much longer we can hold out. It won't be easy, and the road will be long, but who knows? Maybe we'll find one more thing worth fighting for. Eternites is a dating action game that takes adrenaline-fueled combat.
I think we've seen. Yeah, we have seen this, haven't we?
Heartfelt love story.
Yeah, we have. I'm sure we have. Because Eternite sounds familiar.
Can I be honest for a moment? Sometimes with all these infected, it's too much. And it's during these moments that I'm happy to have someone to lean on. Fighting for our lives, solving puzzles, exploring dungeons. It all seems easier when you have someone special by your side to make things less scary. So, what now? Did you just shush me? Because the teacher might hear us. Hey. Have you ever passed a note to your crush? I mean, or
Lewd.
You can just fight for friendship. That's cool and not. Wow.
Lewd hand holding.
So cheesy. Mini games. We have so many mini games that can help you unlock.
I mean, possibly, Mo. Yeah.
So yeah, you can fight monsters, explore dungeons, date. I mean, so many things like train, scavenge, date. Did I say date twice? Anyway, you have to manage and balance all these activities if you want to save the world. The clock is ticking. Okay, cool. Bye!
Wishlist now.
Next up,
Weeb
from
game.
Icelandic developer Evil Licorice comes a nostalgia-fueled gadget-building
I was going to make that joke as well.
demystifies electronics engineering and allows you to share your creations with the community.
Hello everyone, I'm Marco Bancale from Evil Licorice, and I'm one of the designers of Retro Gadgets.
Do you think it's like the Tears of the Kingdom hand?
Although it takes me forever to build something like this, I love the feeling of seeing something happening on a screen like this one when I rotate the knob or I press the buttons. And this is where the idea for Retro Gadgets comes from, is to being able to build digital gadgets with little effort. We love Pico 8 by Lexaloff because it brings you this retro environment where you can build your own games in Lua. And we also love Shenzhen.io by Zachtronics because it managed to teach you low-level programming effortlessly.
Fuck me, this looks hard.
Retro Gadgets tries to take the best of both worlds and adds a layer of hardware building and customization. All this is packaged in a cozy and retro-inspired environment.
Fake boy.
Fantastic community, and people have been creating insane gadgets that go well beyond our initial expectations. So please join our Discord server. And
I think this is another one of those games where like this is a really cool idea, but
Steam, and we have
creativity
in store.
I'm somewhat lacking.
If you've ever watched the Mars Curiosity rover on one of its missions, you very well may have become fascinated by one of the hyper-specific contraptions and gadgets it keeps on board to measure soil samples and hunt for traces of water. Our next game poses a very important question though. Sure, Curiosity can tell us the weather on a planet millions of miles away, but...
Oh yeah, it's super niche, but I mean it's...
In Mars First Logistics from Shapeshot, you'll be given the task of carrying...
There's not many not many things made like that really, is there? So I think that could do well.
And in doing so, perhaps you will solve the pepperoni-based problems that truly matter.
Wait, what?
Hello, I'm Ian McClarty from Shapeshot. We're a small team based in Melbourne, Australia, and we're making this game, Mars First Logistics. In Mars First Logistics, you'll be helping to establish a colony on the surface of Mars. You'll do this by transporting often awkwardly shaped objects between A and B, using vehicles that you design and build yourself.
Are you delivering a pizza? Piece is going to fly out. Ah.
As you complete deliveries, the game will give you new toys to play with.
Oh no. It's Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
The game is set in a vast open world, and you're free to pick and choose which jobs you'd like to take on. There's a mix of procedurally generated side jobs and handcrafted main contracts. In the main contracts, you'll be helping to construct new buildings in the game's world.
Yeah, again, I think like when it comes to like these kind of building games, not always into them. This kind of looks
One of the main
interesting
challenges
though.
in the game is figuring out how to pick up each item and deliver it safely to its destination using the parts that you have available.
Oh no! Yeah, alright.
And as you build up your collection of parts, more creative options will become
Oh, no.
available to you. And I think a lot of the fun in the game is just messing around and being creative in its editor.
And he's dead.
And finally, I'm really excited to announce that Mars First Logistics will be launching into Steam Early Access on the 22nd of June. That's just 2 weeks away, and we're really looking forward to seeing what everyone builds in the game. Thank you.
You'd think the aftermath of a worldwide flood would be pretty bleak, right? Well, UK and Denmark-based studio Die Gute Fabrik has a different take. From the studio that brought you Mutazione and Sports Friends comes the all-new adventure set in the sprawling post-flood world of Salt Sea. The adventure unfolds differently with every decision, so there's always something new to see in your next playthrough. So buckle your swashes and get ready for the world premiere of the stylish, seaworthy Salt Sea Chronicles.
Salt Sea Chronicles.
Hello. We are Die Gute Fabrik. I'm Hannah Nicklin from Die Gute Fabrik, and we made Salt Sea Chronicles. We're super stoked to show you the world premiere of Salt Sea Chronicles today. It's a flooded world, story-driven adventure game where you play as a ship's whole crew.
That translates to the Good Factory. Ah, thank you, Mo.
At the beginning of the game, you're going to discover that Maya, your captain, has gone missing, and together your ragtag crew are going to heist a ship and set out across the Salt Sea archipelago in search of clues. In each chapter of the game, you'll decide where to head next, who to explore with from the crew when you get there, and what to say to the people that you meet along the way. Salt Sea Chronicles' unique art style is brought to life by beautiful animation, and each location is built on the fragments of this world that came before. Our art team have really done an incredible job.
Herd
One
of
of my
cats.
favourite locations is called Los Gatos, and on that island, the people there live symbiotically with this community of cats. As you explore, you'll find a brand new trick-taking card
Oh,
game
God.
designed especially for the world of Salt Sea. It's a
Oh,
really good
God,
way to
not
sort of
card
take a break
games.
from the story. It's called Spoils, and you can play it all over the archipelago, and you might discover how each community has slightly different house rules. Another thing we're
Gwent
super proud
all
of
over
is their
again.
exploration system. So we're sort of done away with the walk of shame.
That guy's
in
named
adventure
Sketchy
games.
Bar.
So if you miss a clue, instead of sort of slowly traipsing to the other end of the island, you're just going to tap the shoulder button on your controller or select a screen span arrow to move almost instantaneously across a space. It allows us to lay the story down away from a linear path much more organically. Salt Sea Chronicles doesn't tell a story about a hero. It's a story about a community and how you navigate the world together. And each community that you meet in turn is going to be rich and amusing and strange maybe, and have its own things going on. There's also a strong sense of genre-based storytelling too. So while you might be new to the world of Saltsea, you'll know that you're in a Scooby-Doo chapter or a Romeo and Juliet chapter or a detective one. There are plenty of laughs, but tough choices and meaningful moments too. Our writer's room of award-winning storytellers have done an incredible job. We're so delighted to share Saltsea Chronicles with you all today, and I can't wait for you to explore the rich world, get to know the wonderful characters, and to hear what paths you chart when you play.
Okay, I think I'd need to see more of that one.
All right, this next game, Sorry. Tim keeps texting. Let's see. Oh, Tim wants me to read something. Apologies, but this seems important. The thing I love most about Day of the Devs, says Tim, as Tim, I don't know, is getting to know all these amazing game developers. I love hearing them describe their games and their creative process, but I wish I could hear more. I wish I could be a fly on the wall, eavesdropping all their private conversations, all their ups and downs, their triumphs and tribulations, while making a real video game over the course of 7 years. Too bad there's no way to do it. Or is there? This is actually pretty cool. Two Player Productions was embedded with Double Fine for the course of 7 years while they were making Psychonauts 2, and they made a super
documentary
long documentary series unlike anything you've ever seen in games. All the intimacy, all the tears.
Mo, that sounds like one for you.
And all the things that happen in game development that never really gets documented because who has access like this? So here's a very quick sneak peek at their incredibly long series. We highly encourage you to watch this thing. It's amazing.
So what's next?
Psychonauts 2. To get to the dollar amount we're talking about, it's probably going to take financing from a lot of different avenues. Whenever Grasslands is going to start, Tim's just going to start taking our people.
So there's a ton of stuff going on right now. It's kind of breaking me. But you know, it's fun. It'll be really rewarding when it's done.
Hopefully you get a chance to work on a Psychonauts game in the near future.
Psychodyssey.
Thank you for helping us bring back Psychonauts. Thank you.
3, 2, 1.
Ah, that sounds cool. That's just an episodic thing.
To submit your game for future Day of the Devs, or to just hear about Day of the Devs in general, go to dayofthedevs.com for more info.
Thank you to all the incredible sponsors that have been with us since the very beginnings of Day of the Devs. We're going on 11 years. We could not pay for any of this without these sponsors. They donate to us, ask for nothing in return except a showcase of incredible games from indie devs all around the world. So please, applause for all the cool logos on the screen. We appreciate you. We couldn't do this without you.
Golf claps.
Thank you again to the incomparable Dose One. He's been supplying the beats for all the transitions.
No, it's a
between all these
documentary
amazing
about
games.
making
Ever since we
Psychonauts
started doing
2,
these digital
Kel.
showcases for Day of the Devs. Thank you again. You're a hero amongst heroes. Go check out his music. It's amazing. Hell, Dose One is incredible. Thank you for watching Day of the Devs yet again. If you're looking for more information or you just want to subscribe to the coolest newsletter in all the land, go to dayofthedevs.com. The URL on your screen. Follow us on social media. We got more coming up this year. Thank you to our friend Jeff Keighley. The Summer Game Fest showcase was amazing. We're so happy to be a part of Summer Game Fest for these last many years. Definitely stick around. We're not completely done yet. We have a musical performance featuring the sounds of New Caledonia, thanks to our friends who made the game Chia. It's worth it. It's really f***ing cool. Happening right now.
Assuming this is the end, that was a lot more consistent, wasn't it, than Summer Game Fest? I think like you always get like much more interesting ideas out of the indie stuff. I didn't see one single like fantasy medieval game there. Or did I? I don't know. I can't remember now. They all kind of blended into one another. But that was, yeah. I mean, it's not to say like, you know, it was. I'm not excited for some of the games in Summer Game Fest, but there was a lot of extra shit in there that they didn't really need. Like, just they had a lot to bulk it out, didn't they? Like, honestly, the Spider-Man 2 one was bizarre. Like, you didn't really give us anything new that I would imagine you haven't given to some kind of, like, you know, the news outlets and whatnot. So that was like a 5-minute chat just to release the release date. Whereas this was just, well, I don't always like people talking about the game. I just like it being shown off a lot of the time. I think with the indie stuff it works better because I know it's the people that have, you know, they're always small teams, so it feels almost like a bit more intimate, doesn't it? Like they definitely had a hand in making these games. Whereas I don't always feel like that's the case with some of the AAA stuff. You just get a figurehead sort of thing, don't you? And there's one sponsor bit, just like, yep, they sponsored us, they're cool, blah, 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 done. Rather than like, you know, sponsored by DoorDash and fucking whatever the rest was. You see actual gameplay, yeah. But again, they did show a lot of gameplay in Summer Game Fest as well. There's a lot of mobile games in Summer Game Fest as well, actually, which was not particularly interesting to me. But yeah, no, that was... you know what? I haven't always seen all of the Day of the Devs ones of these because I kind of, you know, ignorance is at play here, but I didn't really expect anything interesting from it. But actually, from what I've ever what I've seen of these, they've always been pretty interesting. Yeah, that was good. There's a few games in there that I could definitely see myself playing. Hyperlight Breaker is probably the key one there for me. I've been excited for that ever since they showed off that first trailer for it. I just need to figure out if I need to play the first one or not. See you later, Izzy. See you soon. Take care. Pet the boy for me. I hope he gets better soon. Oh, we have got Devolver Digital next. Okay. I was kind of waiting for this. But yeah, no, that was good. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. It was... I feel like that was probably nearly as long as Summer Game Fest, but it felt a little bit more like action-packed, if anything. Thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Good.